Hi there, John here. Okay, so today we're going to do something kind of important, I think. Well, of course it's important. We're going to talk about degree abbreviations. So abbreviations are basically, it's just a way of condensing or making it shorter, the word. Okay, so and degree abbreviations, this is about when you go to university, then you usually, if you graduate, then you get a degree. They get a little piece of paper, and it has the signature of very important people at the university. Okay, so I'm going to start off talking about these ones here. This is called a bachelor. They're called bachelor degrees. The B here stands for bachelor. And the A I'll explain in just a minute. Basically, bachelor degrees, they're called, another way of saying it is undergraduate. Okay, these are undergraduate degrees. So after high school you go, this would usually be the first degree you would get when you go to university. And you can usually, you study, there's a major that you study, like the main area that you study in. Usually they're between 3 and 4 years. For example, in Canada, it's usually about 4 years. There's some that are 3 years. In the United States, I think they're usually 4 years as well. And so they're called Bachelor of, so A in this example stands for Bachelor of Arts. Okay, that's a general sort of degree in arts. It could be sometimes in these different subjects I'm going to name, sociology, or it could be in sometimes history or humanities. These are just, there's a huge list of kind of majors that you could choose from, sometimes in politics. But that's the general undergraduate degree. The BCE stands for civil engineering. I've just written a few of the main sort of ones, but there are so many I couldn't list all of them, of course. BCHE stands for Bachelor of, that's right, Chemical Engineering. BS, so in the United States, this is called the Bachelor of Science. But for example, in Canada, we write BSc, which is the same thing, Bachelor of Science. I also have to say that BS also stands for, this is informal language, bullshit. So if someone says something and it's really, it's nonsense, it's like it doesn't make any sense, you're like, oh, that's a load of BS, bullshit. That's a load of bullshit, load of BS. Bullshit is, I guess, if you want to get really specific about it, it's like the shit from like a bull. Like so anyway, that's not too important. And BS, well, it really shouldn't be in part of your degree. Okay, BFA stands for Bachelor of Fine Arts. So for people who are good at drawing and that sort of thing, they would do a Bachelor of Fine Arts. But usually not just drawing, usually they'd study like the history of art and other things around it, but it's a bit more academic because it's a university, so it has to be academic. Okay, the LLs, that stands for laws. And this is the Bachelor of Laws, the Masters of Laws, and the Doctor of Laws. So that would be the bachelor, the undergraduate. The master's is like the next higher. And the D stands for doctor. So, and this is bachelor. I'm not going to get into all the different things in all the different countries. Let me just talk about Canada for a minute. Usually when people do their law degree here in Canada, they would do like the Bachelor of Law. And usually, although it's a Bachelor of Law, it's usually kind of the second degree. So they've usually studied something else before, often like Bachelor of Arts, or maybe even Bachelor of Science, or politics, or even business. And then after that, they've completed that degree, then they apply, they try to get into law school, and then they would get, if they complete that, then it's about 3-4 years of law school, and they would get their Bachelor of Law. Okay, so then now moving right along, this is the MA stands for Masters. The master's is a graduate degree. Okay, so that's the next. The master's is after you finish after you do your master's degree or your bachelor's degree, then you'd apply to graduate school. And that's where you would get your master's degree. And the master's could be again in sociology, it could be in history, it could be in social work, it could be in certain biology, or so many different things. So then there's the Masters of Business Admin. Master of Business Admin. Admin stands for administration, so the Master of Business Administration. And the next one would be MD stands for Medical Doctor. And the last one is the PhD, which stands for Doctor of Philosophy. Okay, that's what it stands for, but you have actually a PhD. It could be in many different subjects. So like we had sort of many different subjects in the Bachelor of Art, bachelors, you could have many degrees in the master's, and you could have many degrees in the doctorate level. So usually people would get a PhD if they wanted to do like research. So most of the professors, for example, if they're teaching at university, they have a PhD. Whew, it was exhausting. Okay, so that, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So this is kind of pretty useful stuff if you want to choose like you want to go to university. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to take a quiz for this lesson, all you have to do is go to www.ingvid.com to take a quiz for this, and if you're interested in seeing more fantastic videos, go to, just what I said, www.ingvid.com. See you there.